Hello and welcome to the next installment of How Wrong Will I Be on the Disventure Camp Season 4 predictions. And the last time I tried this, I incorrectly predicted that Amelie would receive second place. And she's gone. So yeah, thankfully with our last episode, we learned a lot on how the final five is going to go down, as well as Jade over here. I forgot in the last round that she has her advantage, or the last time I did this, she has her advantage. So now thinking about that, taking that into account, I think that I will be able to at least get one of these eliminations right. Maybe. I don't know, y'all. We'll see. But yeah. Let's currently go over what would happen if they went to elimination right now with nothing changing. I think, realistically, these four flipped on Hannah. But I don't think Anastasia is obviously going to stick to this final four pack. Instead, I think Anastasia would obviously want to go for Isabel and vice versa, because they hate each other. However, Hannah is definitely going to use her information Amelie gave her about Logan being the one who got Zayd screwed, by actually being the one who leaked information. So who got Marissa and Zayd screwed, actually. So obviously Anastasia's going to get this cooked. Now there's two ways I've seen this. One, Hannah gives the Anastasia the stuff, and the four of them vote Logan, and Logan goes home. The other way I've seen this is Hannah doesn't give it to Anastasia, but instead tells Logan that Logan has to vote Anastasia out, along with obviously Isabel and Jade, and then or else he will be out, because obviously Anastasia will be told. And here's the thing, this season is all about unpredictability, and I think that more likely than not Hannah's gonna go with this plan. Well, actually, do I think that? It is Logan, and I think they're gonna try to keep Logan, but well, I don't know. Now that I think about it, Hannah does feel pretty betrayed by both of them equally, and she's kind of in her full game mindset, and it would be the smarter game. Well, no, it wouldn't, because she wants Anastasia to be bickering with Isabel and Jade as the blocker. Okay, you know what? I could see either of these two going home, but I'm actually going to put Logan in fifth. Now, he's also who I want to get out next, so, you know, that plays a little bit of a factor, but yeah. This brings us to fourth, and I'm not gonna lie, as much as I love them, there is no way we get both of these people into the final three. I really hope so, though, except for one way, and that is because Jade and Isabel are obviously gonna stick together. However, Anastasia obviously doesn't like them. So, what I think could happen is, what if Isabel wins immunity? Or even if she doesn't, and Anastasia or Jade wins immunity, Anastasia has a confessional where she explains that she wants to secure her spot in the final three, but also she wants to get the popular contestants out. So who's popular? I'll tell you who's not popular. Isabel is not popular. This is our merged contestants. Obviously, you have Natalia. Spencer would probably go for Jade, honestly. I don't think he really cares about Isabel. Marissa obviously wants to go for her. So does, actually, Zayd probably doesn't now. Zayd would probably go for anybody else, but probably not Isabel, because he called Isabel wicked. So probably either Jade or Hannah. And then Amelie's a lock-in for Hannah, just as much as Marissa's lock-in for Anastasia. But overall, I think the biggest threat when it comes to the merged contestants voting somebody out, I think the biggest threat here is Hannah, because I feel like Hannah just automatically, if she's in the bottom two, one of which is getting voted out for third place, it's gonna be Hannah who wins that against Anastasia, Isabel, or Jade. So I think these two will somehow be able to convince Anastasia to get Hannah out fourth. I think that is likely. Now, I've been predicting Hannah getting out the next episode right after the prediction for so long, but I just don't see that happening. I see Hannah either getting, honestly, I could see her winning still, but I could see her getting like either Logan or Anastasia out before her, but I don't see her getting final three now just because of the popularity thing, and Hannah's easily the most popular contestant left. Did Benji and Richard make the fun? I don't remember if Benji and Richard made the merge, but if they did, that's another lock-in right there for freaking... Yeah, I think this was the merge, right when Benji hit. Yeah, so Benji's another easy lock-in for freaking Hannah. So that's another reason. So yeah, this brings us to our final three, where somebody needs to get voted out. And here's the thing. I think we have Jade, we have Isabel, and we have Anastasia. I think the person winning immunity here, probably Anastasia. I think Anastasia wins immunity here, pinning these two girls that have been working together for a while now against each other. So what I'm gonna do is quickly search up DC4 merge just to make sure I actually have everyone who's in the merge. Okay, Richard and Benji were in it. Good. And here's what I'm gonna do. Let me put Isabel right here. I'm not saying she's the winner right now. I'm just saying. And Jade right here. And then I'll go down the merge and see who they'd vote for. Benji obviously votes. Oh wait. I'm sorry. Let me clarify. They make it clear that they're voting out someone. Benji votes for Isabel. This is because Benji just liked Jade. And they are friends. So yeah. Then Richard probably votes, probably, I could see him voting Jade. Well, now that I think about it, I feel like Richard could go either way, honestly. I think it would be Isabel, honestly, just because I think he'd respect Jade. Natalia, obviously bestie with Isabel, so she's gonna vote. She's going to vote for that. Obviously, Spencer wants here. And I think Marissa here. I think Zayd is here. Oh my gosh. And Amelie might be here too. Wait a minute. Now that I think about it, I don't think they'd do this. Because Isabel would be so fucked. Hold on. Let me think about this for a second. Because I don't think they would just get Isabel get so cooked like that. That's literally one vote for Jade. Yeah, no, I don't see them doing that. Hold on, let me bring Isabel back down here and put Anastasia up here. I feel like they would want Isabel to get out in a more respectable way. So this comes down to Anastasia and Jade. And we'll quickly see who votes for who out of these two. Benji obviously still votes for Anastasia. Richard probably votes in this scenario. Probably, this could go either way. I'm gonna say Anastasia. He was on the same team. Well, I don't know. Richard's so hard because none of these three he had really a close relationship with. So I think he'll still respect Jade more, so he'll vote for Anastasia. Natalia, still obviously going to vote Anastasia, because, that's who Isabel wants out. Spencer, Anastasia. Wait a second, why is Jade so locked in right now? Hold on. Marissa here, Zayd here, Amelie here. What the heck? Guys, I think Jade's just locked in. Hold on. This is weird. Let me quickly put, we have that. Natalia was here. Richard was here. Ignore my sister, she's annoying. Yeah, okay. Now I'm starting to think. This has gone on for way too long because I genuinely have no idea how this would work. Because Jade just wouldn't get the votes. So here's what I think they do instead. Jade wins the immunity, and it's Anastasia versus Isabel. Because these are the two that pool votes. So I think we'll do this one last time. We've done literally every possible combination. Benji. Benji votes for... Now that Jade isn't here, I don't know who he'd vote for. Probably Isabel. Richard votes for Anastasia. I think he respects Isabel's game more. Natalia, obviously Anastasia. Spencer, Isabel is an ally with Jade, so I think Anastasia. Marissa, obviously Isabel. Zaid, Isabel. But I think, well, it is Zaid Isabel. Cause I think Zaid is super mega pissed at Anastasia, so I think it's actually Anastasia. And obviously Amelie is probably gonna go Isabel, but it doesn't actually matter which one she goes. I think Anastasia gets cooked here. I think from a drama standpoint, y'all, they can't have Jade be one of the final people because Jade just won't rack any votes at all. So I think Jade just has to win immunity here. Something like that. So yeah, sorry to Anastasia, y'all. But that's just how the cookie crumble. Why the fuck did I say that? Anyways, second place. Now, here's where it goes kind of 50-50. On the one hand, the fan favorite to win, the people, or the one most people would want to win, I think is Isabel. But including myself, Isabel's been my winner pick since I just saw the designs of the cast. I love Isabel's character. Everything about Isabel is perfect in my opinion, at least so far, of course. On the other hand, Jade, from a gameplay standpoint, is probably one of the best Disventure camp characters, period, and was a lot of people, including mine, winner prediction. Not winner want, but winner prediction from the beginning. She has a noble goal. She has a thing that makes her different, which being her vitiligo. She has great strategic game. She just started to get great social game. Again, as you can see, with like nobody would want to vote for her theoretically. I think they made Rio win last time. So I think instead of making Jade win, I think Odd Nations wants to appeal to the fans. And when you look at this final five, Hannah is the one that is probably most liked by the fans. Hannah is not making it that much farther. Logan has a love group, but super hated. Anastasia has a love group, but is also pretty hated. Jade, a lot of people think she's mid as fuck and has no personality. Isabel, easily, with the exclusion of Hannah, the most liked contestant, and I think people really want, after having such a terrible Final 3 in All-Stars, I think, at least in most people's opinion, I think people want to have somebody they want to have win. So I think overall, Jade just misses out. Okay, I'm back. What was I on about? Jade, yeah. Okay, so I think just because people would want Isabel win more, I think Jade just misses out and Isabel claims the W, but not wanting to be perceived as wicked, completing her character arc, I think Isabel would give some of the money to Jade for being a worthy competitor. Maybe even Natalia too. Probably not though, since she's returning in another season, which I don't know if they know that by that point, but probably. I don't know. But she'd at least give some money to Jade, probably. Maybe not like split 50-50, but maybe they win like what, $1 million, so maybe give her like 50 grand, 100 grand. But yeah. That's like whatever she needs to start her marine biology thing. So that's gonna do it for this episode of How Wrong Will Bryson Be. I will see you on the next episode where it looks like Logan's gonna win, Anastasia just got booted, and freaking Jade quit the game due to cancer. All right, bye, y'all.